Hi, I'm Robin, and I reviewed the book Connected: Mob Stories from My Past by Dr. Joe Ferry. It's a novel that is written in the format of several different short stories, which is a great pacing for the book. It makes it a quick read. It's very interesting, quick-paced, which is really enjoyable. Also, each of the titles of the stories come with a little illustration that are sometimes really hilarious and sometimes a little bit grotesque. But the story follows a character named Trouble Ventura, who grew up in this mob family. His dad was this top mobster in town. He comes complete with a group of ruthless and terrifying cronies that are also oftentimes really hilarious. I think that's one of the things that is most interesting about this book, is the blend between humor and these really sort of disgusting and violent things that happen to Trouble throughout his life, dealing with the mob. Even though the stories are about death and violence and drugs, they also tell this heartfelt story of family and a really interesting relationship between father and son. I think one of the things that I liked most about the book was that we really see Trouble Ventura struggling with where his place is in all of these systems throughout his life. So first we start with, his father being in the mob and the system of the police and all of the legality that surrounds that, going into the music business, which was his passion and what he really loved to do, but he has to deal with all of the corporate managers of the recording system. And then later on, when he becomes a professor, I think we definitely feel his disdain for the educational system as well. So he struggles throughout the book to find his place in that, which I think is really relatable. Don't let the blood and guts scare you away from the book, because even though there are there's this blatant disregard for human life throughout the book by these mobsters, but at the same time there are some really funny moments that anyone can relate to, and there's also really heartfelt moments. And it's interesting because there's all of these awful things that his father is doing in the mob, but a lot of them are justified to Trouble, because they are coming from this place of love, even though it's hard for people outside that world to understand. I think it's definitely a world that I would not want to become a permanent resident in, but I think it offers a great escape for the reader into this world of fast-paced, action-packed mobster stories. So if that sounds like something that you would be interested in reading, I think it's a great world to take a peek into.